One thing I've noticed for a long time is how racist white people have this weird obsession with EBT. And if you've been around the internet for long enough or just listen to certain conversations, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Whenever the topic of EBT comes up, black people immediately get brought into the conversation.
Where the f my food stamps at? Y'all niggas hate black people for real. Where the f are they? Like, respect black women or else. How the f big one costs more but way less than my EBT, nigga?
I keep seeing all of these TikToks with the usual suspects saying, oh, if we don't get our EBT, we don't get our SNAP, our food stamps, whatever. By the first, we're going to start stealing. Be so for real. You guys are acting like you're not the reason my $12 shampoo is locked up at Walmart.
They always try to frame it like black people are the only ones that steal. Every race steals, but that's something that they'll never admit. It doesn't matter what the statistics actually say. The image people automatically jump to is a black person using an EBT card. That stereotype has been pushed for so long that a lot of people genuinely believe it. And the strange part is, the same people who complain about EBT rarely talk about the fact that a lot of white people benefit from it too. But you almost never hear that part of the conversation. Instead, the narrative always circles back to black people, like somehow we're the face of the entire program. And once a narrative like that gets repeated enough times, people start to believe it, even when the reality is much more complicated than a stereotype.
Hey, LaQuisha, calm down, okay? They're not cutting off the SNAP benefits for November, all right? But be honest, you're still gonna go out and steal, aren't you?
We have another EBT user. I like that.
Yeah, I told y'all, with or without EBT, me and mine gonna eat.
Clock it. Of course.
Oh, cuz now. We gonna eat.
What do we call them? The usual suspects. Always offended, never ashamed.
So the government gives her money to feed her whole family, but then the government also gives her content. She really relies on everybody. And I was thinking about it. She's 28 and she has 12 kids.
She looks 40, 50.
But she has 10 more years of having kids in front of her. And then in that 10 years, her kids will start having kids. And then you think those kids are not going to be on EBT? What did they learn from mom? All those kids are going to be on EBT. They're not going to be working. They're going to be hanging out on the porch, ready to fight anyone who comes by. There's probably going to be some pit bulls bred in the yard. The boys will go to jail. And now this whole family costs us $12 million. Damn.
Bro, what? He was talking about EBT, then he went into this racist rant. A lot of them don't actually care about who's using EBT. They just see it as an opportunity to push their racist narrative against us. One of the biggest things that happened over time is that black people were turned into the public face of EBT. And once that image got planted into people's minds, it stuck. Movies pushed it, TV shows pushed it, and political talking points pushed it. And after a while, people just stopped questioning it. So now whenever EBT gets brought up, a lot of people immediately picture a black person standing in a grocery store line using their EBT card. But the reality is way different.
Afford to get your nails done, new tattoos, fake lashes, taking vacations, all that stuff. If you can't afford that, you can afford to buy your own groceries.
Do you think black people should have to pay reparations to white people for causing so much crime, using up all the welfare and EBT food stamps?
I don't know. I'm just trying to... no comment.
No comment?
No.
Why not?
I'm not really sure how to answer that. I'm not trying to get canceled.
Notice, she never denied it. She just said she doesn't want to get canceled. But the dude that's asking these questions is soft. But we gonna get to that later in the video, trust me. Millions of people across the country receive food assistance. Different races, different backgrounds, different communities. And a lot of people receiving those benefits are working families who still need help covering basic food costs. Yet somehow the stereotype still points in one direction. And that stereotype has consequences. Because when people start associating an entire program with one group of people, it creates this idea that those people are the only ones benefiting from it. But that's not true. Again, white people also benefit greatly from EBT in large numbers. In many parts of the country, especially in rural areas, a lot of families rely on food assistance programs. That includes small towns, rural communities, I cannot say that word, rural communities, working class households. All kinds of people use EBT to feed feed their family. And in a lot of states, majority of people receiving food assistance are actually white. And I know you're gonna use the per capita argument. Shut the fuck up. Because the fact is, white people are still on it regardless. And when I say that, I'm not talking to black people, of course. I'm talking to the racist white people that come on my channel and leave comments.
When people think of food stamp fraud, they don't think of faces like this. Married couple facing food stamp fraud charges for reportedly falsifying income to obtain more than $20,000 in SNAP benefits. $20,000. But let's unpackage this even more though. In our community, we say that in order for you to get these food stamps, the man gotta be out the home, huh? This is a married couple. And they get to have their government assistance and keep their nuclear family intact, what we see. That's definitely a sarcastic joke. Some of y'all might not get it, but oh well.
They failed to report proper income information on SNAP documents. Now, Dennis and Jennifer Phillips arrested in connection to fraudulently receiving more than $20,000 worth of those benefits. Now, SNAP is the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Law enforcement officials say they failed to report the wife's income for several years, leading to the issues of benefits they were not supposed to receive.
Walked in one by one, some hung their heads, others wore their feelings right there on their t-shirts. Today, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office announced an undercover operation they've been working on for months, resulted in more than 100 arrest warrants and close to 40 arrests.
This is a huge problem, and we're like one of maybe 3 or 4 law enforcement agencies in the state of Florida that have decided to do something about this.
You hear what he said? This is a huge problem, but it's not many agencies taking action against it. This is the side that the media usually does not cover. That reality rarely becomes part of the stereotype. You don't see the same jokes when it comes to white people or other groups. You don't see the same criticism, and you definitely don't see those communities constantly being portrayed as lazy or irresponsible because they use food assistance. Those situations are framed as economic struggles or regional poverty. So the issue isn't the existence of EBT. The issue is who society decides to associate with it. And that association has been shaped by decades of narratives that single out black communities, even though the program itself has always served people from every background. Because of that stereotype, another thing starts happening. A lot of people assume that all black people are on EBT. You see it in comments, you hear it in the jokes, and you see it in a way that certain conversations happen online.
How many welfare recipients does it take to change a smoke alarm battery?
Welfare recipients, one?
One?
Yeah.
I think black people should pay reparations to white people for using up all the welfare and committing so much crime.
That was too many words. I don't even say it again, like slowly. I don't think I can answer that.
So is that a yes?
I told y'all we was gonna get back to this guy. You see how bold he is when he's talking to women, right? But look how he acts once he's confronted by a black man.
What other question you want to ask, bro? Ask.
Especially, I was asking people today about the transgender shooter.
No, I want to know about the black questions that you be asking these girls about the black people. Ask me those questions. Whatever you want to ask, bro.
I mean, you know them. Which one?
Whatever you want to ask, bro. I ain't nobody to play with. Whatever you want to ask, bro. Because I met you now. I'm out here. You be out here trying to clown black people.
I don't clown
yes,
them. I'm asking
no, you be trying. You know what you be doing, bro. You know what you be doing, bro.
Ask everyone questions about
I don't care what you, all that smart shit you trying to do. I don't care about none of that, bro. It's Big Gucci out here. Now ask me the same question.
Which one do you want?
Whatever you want to ask. Don't get scared.
Let me save you some time. He didn't ask the question. When he was confronted by a black man, he folded. As soon as someone sees a black person talking about finances or groceries, somebody in the comments brings up EBT, even if it has nothing to do with anything. And that assumption is already built in, like it's just automatically part of the conversation. But that assumption ignores the reality that black Americans work in every profession and income level in the country. We work as teachers, doctors, business owners, engineers, trade workers, entrepreneurs, public servants, and people working in corporate careers. Yet the stereotype still pushes the idea that EBT represents the entire black community. And that's a dangerous narrative when it gets repeated long enough, because stereotypes don't just stay online. They shape how people see each other in real life too. And once those assumptions form, they can influence how people treat black individuals in everyday situations. And they do. Another thing that stands out in this conversation is the double standard. When black people use assistance programs, some people immediately start talking about dependency or personal responsibility. But when other groups use the same programs, the conversation sounds way different. Now it becomes about struggling families. Now it becomes about communities that need the support. Now it becomes about industries collapsing or jobs disappearing. So they pick and choose depending on who people picture in their minds.
I'm 65 years old. I'm legally blind. I'm on disability. I went to my doc and I lost 28 pounds in the last year. I did not need to lose 28 pounds. I did not try to lose 28 pounds. I lost the 28 pounds because I cannot afford to eat anymore.
I hope this woman gets help because it sounds like she really needs it. But it's a big difference in the reaction depending on who is being discussed.
It's official. We are in a recession. My baby just asked for some waffles, but I cannot give her waffles because we didn't get our stamps like we were supposed to. Instead, I had to fix her some cinnamon toast. That is bread with cinnamon on it. I officially hate life, and I wish I wasn't here. Goodbye.
The fire alarm at the end is hilarious. How about just stop being a degenerate, loser, scumbag, entitled piece of shit? How about you just get a job, especially if you have a child? How about you just work for a living and stop leeching off of society? Just get a job.
See what I mean? Now it's he, ha, ha when it comes to us. You don't know this lady's life. You don't know the reason why she's on it or why she may need it. So it's easier to laugh and say, oh, get a job, whatever the case may be. But you never know what people are going through. Wait, hold up. Why do you have a picture of Trump on your shelf? Is that not odd? To me, that's weird. I'm not gonna lie. And that's where the problem really shows itself because the program itself didn't change and the rules didn't change either. At the end of the day, only the perception changed. And perception plays a huge role in how people judge entire groups of people. Media has played a huge role in shaping how people think about this topic as well. For a long time, certain images have been pushed over and over again. News segments, political speeches, comedy sketches, and reality TV, all repeating the same idea about who supposedly represents food assistance, even when the real data doesn't match that picture. A lot of the times, these portrayals leave out the broader context of poverty in America. So when people hear the word EBT, the stereotype pops up before the facts ever do. And that's how narratives work. They repeat an image so many times that it becomes more powerful than reality. One reason this stereotype stuck around so long is because it fits into older narratives that already existed. For generations, Black communities have been portrayed as poor, dependent, or struggling. So when food assistance programs entered the conversation, it was easy for people to attach those same stereotypes to us.
Had to fix the doors, had to fix the walls, have to fix everything in the house to keep warm, and then get how to keep warm.
The quality of life has often been compared to that of third world countries. Shanties line narrow streets, raw sewage wades in shallow ditches. Condemned housing has been left standing only to give these poor Black people temporary shelter. For 3 years,
Instead of seeing EBT as a nationwide program that supports millions of Americans, it became another way to reinforce old racial narratives. And once a narrative fits into an existing stereotype, it becomes harder to challenge because people stop questioning it. They just accept it as normal. They already hate us anyway, so it fits perfectly, even if it doesn't reflect the full reality of who actually benefits from the program. And when stereotypes go unchallenged for long periods of time, they start influencing policy conversations as well, which means misinformation can end up shaping real-world debates about social programs. Me personally, I'm not on EBT, and I don't know anybody on EBT. No family members, no friends, nothing. At the end of the day, the real situation is much more simple than a stereotype. EBT exists because food insecurity exists, and food insecurity affects people across the entire country.
All the other countries that wonder and say that Americans are just fat and lazy and they don't do anything to better themselves. This is what $115 gets you. Let me show you. We were able to get some Ritz crackers, one thing of cereal, some ramen, more ramen, tuna, bag of potatoes, a few avocados, some snacks, desserts, 2 bags of chips, ice creams, pizza rolls, some sausage biscuits, one thing of Dr. Pepper. All of this for $115. We're not making it. This is going to feed my kids for less than a week. And this doesn't include any dinners. There are no dinners here. This is lunch and snacks. I don't know how people are making it. It's hard out there.
Right now, Americans are facing the worst food insecurity crisis in modern history. Food prices are up, wages haven't kept up, and 44 million Americans, including working families, can't afford groceries. And if nothing changes, that number could pass 50 million by 2030.
That means different races, different regions, different communities, millions of children, seniors, and working adults rely on food assistance programs every year. But the conversation around EBT ignores that complexity. Instead, it focuses on an image that's been pushed for decades. So when racist conversations about EBT happen, they usually say more about stereotypes than they do about reality. Because the truth is, millions of Americans benefit from food assistance programs. It's not just black people, but we're the only ones that get turned into the public face of it. Thank you guys for 16K subs. Y'all been supporting the hell out of me, and I want y'all to know it does not go unnoticed. Every comment, every like, every share, I see it all. So thank you guys, and we gonna continue this journey, man.